first pickup of the year, and they are some absolute bangers from Nike SB. What is up, everybody? Welcome to the Sneaker Circle. My name is Danny. I've been so excited for these since I've seen the leaks last year, and it's kind of wild they're being slept on, in my opinion. So in today's video, I am going to be reviewing the newest Pro B line with Nike SB. Now, if you don't know what Pro Bs are, it's easy to say they served as the foundation for all of Nike SB. Shout out Sandy Bodecker. We should be getting 3 total colorways this year. This colorway specifically is the Parachute Beige. Now, again, they aren't necessarily selling out in a lot of places. Some skate shops, I've seen them sell out. They're still sitting on sneakers. As I'm recording this video, I might actually double up on a second pair because I like them that much. All right, so let's get these out the box and let's get straight into the review. So if you don't know what the Pro B model is, most of the dunks that released in 1999 to 2001 were Pro B models. They were kind of tweaked a little bit with a lot of input from different teams, such as the designer Sandy Bodecker, with an emphasis on skating. So a lot of these classic dunks we've been seeing these last couple of years were originally all Pro B models. For example, the original version of these were a Pro B model. So this is the Plum. It is part of the Ugly Duckling pack. This pair originally came out in 2001 in the Ugly Duckling pack code JP, a Japanese project released only in Japan. This, for a lot of people, was a grail. And then we saw the restock of these during the pandemic, and then recently, last year, these restocked again. And then kind of bricked because not a lot of people are paying attention to dunks the way they used to be. Maybe they finally learned there's a difference between SB and dunks, but this Pro B model and even these were that gap or that bridge in between both. And that was just one example of the Pro Bs. The original ones were like from 1999 that included Smurfs and other classic 1999 colorways. Beautiful pairs of shoes if you ever get to see them in person. And this project brings us back to those Pro B lines where it was just usually one-tone colors. Here we're seeing this really nice beige, this Parachute Beige. It reminds me a lot of these. These are called the Putties from 1999. And the biggest change from regular dunks to Pro Bs is they usually had a puffier tongue, a little bit more padding on the inside. This shoe pays homage to all of those little details that fundamentally made Nike SB what it is today. So with the Pro B line directly, they were usually all colorways. It wasn't anything too crazy. This was really Nike's dive into the skateboarding realm. Again, shout out to Sandy Bodecker because he really helped push that forward. So talking a little bit about the shoes directly, these released on the 22nd of January in most places. I think the 24th on sneakers, or maybe I have that reversed. It was the 22nd on sneakers and then the 20th in most skate shops. Retail was $125. So expect the regular quality with Nike SBs, not necessarily Dunk Lows, because Dunk Lows, those $110, $120 models, they have really cheap leather on them. The only place you can actually see leather here is this back tab right here. It definitely has a coating to it, but I'm really glad they stuck to the suede because that was something that was really highlighted back then with Pro Bs and the early Nike SB models. So the entire upper is coated by this beautiful suede. You can see it as close as possible right there. It's brushable, it has a nice finish to it. The entire upper, the swoosh, the mudguard, the heel portion, everything's this like beige colorway. Again, it just reminds me of so many other Pro B colorways and it gives you that essence. I think they did a fantastic job at color matching. So you get this like Parachute Beige right here on the uppers, and then you get that same tan beige right here and even on the mesh. The mesh itself is such a nice touch. Like, I feel like they did a great job at this and we're getting 2 more colorways this entire year. Yo, we're being blessed. And then with these specifically, they gave us these really fat laces. I guess it was really common in the early Pro B models. I've never been a fan of them, and even when you start seeing older like pictures of Pro B models, I don't think the laces were necessarily this fat. I do think they were flats. I know it's weird because you think Nike SB, you think of the round oval laces. Those really didn't become prevalent until like later when the Nike SB brand was really forming in the silver box era. So these are those traditional flats. It's pretty on point. But then you also get these right here. So you do get two different color tones. You see these being a little bit darker in most areas right here. Then you're seeing these being a little more lighter. It's kind of wild that both fundamentally work a little bit better with either sneaker. I'm personally thinking about trying to find some gray laces like this or some green laces like this and throwing them on. Another cool little detail right here is actually on the tongue itself. So right here you have Nike SB on the tongue. You really can't see it too much because what they did is they ended up having a white tab, the black Nike with the swoosh, and then SB's whited out so it fades in with the tag. I'll get a picture of it if you can't really see it on camera. And the reason they did this is all Pro B models only had the Nike tag. Now the Nike was a little bit bigger, so I wish the Nike was a little bit bigger on here. I actually don't think they started putting SB on it until the purple box era. And I'm not talking about this purple box. I'm talking a little bit before that. Another little homage that they did is right here. You get a Nike SB, but then right there, you have some Air Zoom text. So another thing I'm liking is that they really stayed true to the inside of the old Nike SB / Pro B models. They didn't give us that newer version. So this is a pair of Udos from, I think, 2 years ago. You see right here, they actually have an extra padding on the insole. That was because back in the day, this was the most common place where friction would really start tearing away at the material because your heel's just sliding in and out. And what's cool is you start seeing the shape of these compared to like what we would see from Nike. These are sitting a little bit higher. Now this is a size 11, this is a size 10.5. I decided to start going size 11 in most of my Nike SBs and I am not regretting it. So hey, if you have a size 11, so if you have a 11 in these out there, hit me up. I might buy them off you, or if you want to trade, just let me know. 10.5. So taking a look at that front profile, I feel like these are a little more sleek, a little more narrow. I do like that. Taking a look at that back tab, pretty spot on. I don't think Nike's done a lot with that. I don't know. I don't think they changed too much. I do think when they started implementing these, they started really fixing all those little things that made people kind of annoyed. But what's kind of crazy is look at the size of the tongue. So tongue right here, look how padded that is versus Udos. Now this might just be on the Udos. Let me grab another pair of Dunks I have. All right, so I have these are Jaritos. Look at that. It's definitely less padded than these Pro Bs are, but I think in between. I think the Udos are supposed to mimic the thin tongue era of Nike SBs, which is cool. I mean, if you like it, you like it. These are supposed to be the standard of what I guess Nike SB has been doing. So here versus right here, look at that. There's so much more padding on this. I love this. So sizing on these, you can stick to your normal Nike SB sizing. The thick tongue really replaces that extra padding you get here. They fit snug. These have the straps as well on the tongue. So I don't think the original Pro Bs had that, but these do. So that's cool. These aren't necessarily a special project with Nike SB. So if you think about Nike SB in general, you have themes, which are represented by colors with the boxes. Right now we're in the sale era. So the boxes all look like this. These are the sale Nike SBs. This is what most of the shoes releasing. Those all came in sale boxes, but these came in this purple box. And I think Nike SB is using this purple box as kind of a GR. So one of the coolest releases I've seen this year is technically a GR, which on the face of it, that's good. That means more people can actually get their hands on these. There's more of these in existence. But to me, it just means quality control might be a little lacking, and I'm actually seeing it on my pair right here. And besides that, you also see a lot of glue stains on the sole. On camera, I don't think you see them as much, but in person, like right here, crazy like little glue stain areas. With the level of stock I'm seeing on these, I do think that's going to be possible. Maybe the green pair, people might fiend for those just a little bit, but I wouldn't mind paying resale for these if there's resale, which is crazy to say, especially this early into the year. Sometimes I like to wait. So again, if you're sleeping on them, stay sleeping. If you love Nike SBs, I do think this is a pair you should have in your collection. I'm going to go ahead and throw these on feet. I'm going to show you what they look like. I'm going to see you guys in the next video. Hopefully it is some Air Maxes. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for checking me out. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.